know what you want and believe that you can and will get it.
Your time is limited.
Always keep going.
You kill me! Keep going! You keep going!
What is up, y'all? Welcome back to another video here on the channel. Just wanted to share a post here today by David Schwartz. As he promised, he is going to be doing, as I promised, I'd have an update on my next adventure soon, right? Well, here's the start. I'll be a strategic advisor to Evernorth XRP, helmed by my friend Ashko Blue. Evernorth was Evernorth, geez, I can't talk, was founded as a regulated, scalable investment vehicle to tap into opportunities for XRP in DeFi and capital markets, extending the entire XRP ecosystem. I'm just getting started. That's pretty big news, I would have to say here. So they actually put out here, and I don't know if I have the post that shows so we've entered into a business combination agreement with Armada, Acquisition Corp 2, a transaction expected to raise over $1 billion, creating its largest public XRP treasury company on the NASDAQ. I mean, here it is on a gold platter of institutional adoption. And I don't know how else I can really say. I'm still shouting from the mountains of, hey, XRP is here to stay, and Ripple is making acquisitions that are far better than, well, anybody in this space. The amount of money that they're just throwing around, like almost like it's nothing. It's just $1 billion here, $1 billion there. We'll just buy this, we'll buy that. Oh, here's another treasury company. It's like, whoa, here we go. So, you know how everybody's talking about, oh, it's cycles and it's this and it's that. You know, this cycle, the price hasn't gone up to what we all had expected, and everybody wants a higher XRP dollar average, or sorry, how much the price has appreciated. And what I have to say to this is, if all you're ever worried about is the price, and every time that you see good news and you're like, oh, well, it just doesn't affect the price, I'm sorry, but this may be your wake-up call to realize that this is crypto. Not, some news pushes the market, sometimes it doesn't, but this is institutional news. What we've seen with here on Evernorth, but also about the GT treasuries. So I would like to look at that as well. See if I can find a post here. Oh man, maybe I have to type in Ripple or RLUSD. See if we can find this here. Yes, so today Ripple is breaking into a $120 trillion corporate treasury payments market with a $1 billion acquisition of G Treasury. However you put that. Sorry, my apologies. The past few years have reminded this industry why payments, first and foremost, is the primary use case for crypto and blockchain. Payments are where Ripple first started for these exact reasons, as in meaning, the flip of the switch. The Swift payment systems obviously has expanded into a lot more. The repo market, within your dividends, being able to use smart contracts for dividends, and also money market funds, and using the use of their stablecoin RLUSD. But the article, or sorry, the tweet of Brad Garlinghouse. Astounding amounts of cash are trapped in outdated payment systems, creating friction, unnecessary costs, and barriers to entering new markets. So I'm going to just kind of break that down. And this is extremely important to understand of why blockchain technology and crypto and stable coins and also with your XRP, your Bitcoin, Ethereum, all that, why this is so important is there's so much friction inside of the financial system. So when he says there's cash that's trapped in outdated payments, a lot of this is there are big banks, corporations that there's nothing wrong with moving money, but it's difficult at times to move large amounts of money quickly. It takes time, right? Like when you actually sell in your money market funds, it takes 1 to 3 days to process, and actually that money moves from one account to the other. So a lot of this is he's right. It's outdated payment systems which cause friction. So the nice thing is that when you offer instant liquidity and transactions that process in seconds, the money is more open to flow. So think about it like if I'm going down a river, right? Say I'm floating down the Colorado River, and it's in the summer and the water's down quite a bit, right? And there's certain parts of the river that I'm trying to maneuver through, and there's some parts where um, the water's really low and you can actually see the bottom of the river. I don't know, I've never actually been to the Colorado River, but I'm just using that as an example here for what I'm saying. Basically, it's I have to stop and get out of my kayak, and I have to push, right? There's friction. My kayak is hitting those rocks because the water is not flowing there. The liquidity, the money, is not flowing as well in certain spots, right? So what this is allowing is for a never-ending, high tide, basically, to where money can consistently flow at high dollar amounts quickly. And for people who aren't a part of, and I mean, I'm not really even a part of this, I just studied this stuff, is I, again, I study and I see what's going on. And these, high, high banks, sorry, high money moving banks, they need a way to move liquidity instantly, and it takes time for this stuff. So I don't know if you've ever done a wire transfer, but it can take 1 to 3 days to do that. Now imagine if I said, hey, you have a wire transfer here, and it could take 1 to 3 days, or we offer this service that's 24/7. It takes just a few seconds to move millions of dollars. You're like, you're meaning I don't have to do any of the like all of the crap to move the money, and it's instant and it's liquid. I mean, who wouldn't want that, right? So a lot of this is making sure we get regulations and that we have it's put in place the right way. This stuff takes time. I mean, this is totally rewiring our financial system. And a lot of people are wanting these prices, a $10 XRP, $200,000 Bitcoin by the end of December. And granted, if it does happen, that's awesome. I'm not complaining. Of course, I would like for the price to go up, but the stuff takes time. Is when I look at a cryptocurrency and I say, where is this going to be in 10 to 15 years? It's because I'm investing into the technology and the project, right? So if I see something that is like, I don't know what this even is and I don't know how it works, I'm not going to invest my money. Because why would I want to invest into something where I can't see it grow over a long period of time? So I think a lot of this is changing our mindset a little bit of like, okay, if we make money, great. But our whole goal is over the long period of time that this stuff actually stays around and we get to reap the benefits of investing. And with this, it could be even as far as um, the actual real world utility where I can take my uh, I can take my XRP. Sorry, my screen went black for a second. Got to make sure I keep moving my mouse. Or I can actually have my XRP and it is making me money outside of it just appreciating in value. So again, I ask, are you investing just to make a quick buck, or are you trying to position yourself, your family, into into generational wealth? That's the real question here. Is are you just trying to make a little bit of money here and try to day trade, swing trade? Like, hey, I'm not your guy. Don't talk to me. Don't ask me. Don't don't say, hey, do you know what the next day trade stuff is? That's not me. I'm a Warren Buffett type investor. I want to see, hey, where's this stuff going to be in 10, 15, 20 years, 50 years, 100 years? Is this stuff still going to be around? Can I see it? What is the real use case in this world? And I know that's going to offend some people, and I know that maybe there's some people who are listening that were like, oh, like, you're stupid because you're not making any money if you're just holding it and you need a day trade. It's like you make your own money you see fit. I have a life outside of just this channel, this investing. Like, I actually have a job that I go to, but I am just, I don't want it to take up a ton of my time. Obviously, I do the channel and I research, so that does take up a lot of my time. Um, but I want to help everybody out. I want to give my advice, and I want to say, hey, we're in this together. So at the end of the day, I think it's just understanding how Ripple is positioning themselves. Obviously, Brad Garlinghouse seems like he's got it figured out. So I think just positioning ourselves on the right side of history. I don't know. I don't think that there's anything to be worried about. I mean, who cares if the price goes to $10 or $2? So what? So what? Nothing really matters until we get regulations. And after we get regulations, then we get to see who is actually doing a good job and who is positioning themselves into the new financial system and who is all talk. Because the tide will come back and you will see who, well, lack of better terms, who's holding the bags and who's actually doing the job that we need. So I'm just looking at what Bitcoin has its real use case, what Ripple's doing, and I also am trying to look into Cardano. I'm doing a little bit more research on that. I don't want to come out here and just blab about Cardano because I'm not as well informed yet on what Cardano stands for, its technology, but I'm working on that, and I do want to implement that into a future video and talk about that as well, because it's something that I want to invest in as well. And that says a lot coming from me because I'm very picky about what I invest in. Well, that's because it's my hard-earned money. So at the end of the day, I appreciate you guys for listening, for stopping by. Thank you for if you've made it this entire video, you actually have an attention span, and that's awesome. This stuff may not always be the most entertaining, but if you're watching this entire video all the way through, it goes to show you have an attention span that's better than a goldfish. All right, I will see y'all later. See you in the next one. Peace.